everyone. Welcome back to Concept Being, where the intention is well. My name is Jade,
And I'm Aileen.
and we're going to be your host for today's episode. Welcome back if you're new here. Hey, um, just to get the party jumping, I know I texted you like a couple days ago. I was like, we need a name for the listeners, completely unrelated to everything we were talking about. I cannot think of anything that's like clever for the what are I feel like we need like a name. I
We got to
can't.
think about it. We got to think about it. If anyone has any good names, though, they got to let us
Yeah,
know.
like if anyone has any good names, definitely suggest that to us because I Googled it and listen, I chat GBT'd it and all of the options, they're so peaceful. Like they're like the self-care squad, the mindful mavericks. And I'm like, that is so calm. And I feel like I need a little bit of chaos in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so peaceful. And I feel like the podcast, it has, I mean, two things are true at the same time. Like it's well-being, but it's a little turned up sometimes, I feel like, as well. So I'm like, this does not go. Like the listeners, I feel like they're
Feel like
uh,
you need the perfect name between chaos and calm.
yeah, like how do I bring those two together? Like what is that? What is that called? I don't know.
We'll think about it. It'll
We're
come
gonna
to
think
us.
on it. We'll think on it. Yeah. Okay. Anywho, are we ready to kick things off? I want to hear your fail moment. So you're going first.
I am already laughing. It's so embarrassing.
I'm ready. No, I'm I'm tuned in. I'm subscribed to this storyline. Go ahead.
So, I wanted to be a responsible adult, and
Mm-hmm.
my dad told me, hey, you need new windshield wipers. It's going to rain. My dad was so kind, even bought them for me. Okay, brings them home, and he said, "But don't worry, you can go to AutoZone, and the
Yeah.
guys there can put it on for you." And I
Okay.
was like, "No, I can do it. I'm an adult." So I YouTubed it. I put them on. I thought I put them on. Okay.
Did you? Oh my God, did they fly off, Aileen? I swear to God, did they fly off?
So let me just tell you, I was
Okay.
driving, so I had to collect water samples. So every time it rains in Southern California, I have to collect water samples and drive them to a lab. That's like an hour and a half away. So it's raining. Our lab, which is annoying, they stopped the service of them coming to pick up our samples.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like all mad. I was like, we need a new vendor, whatever. But in the time being, we're going to use the same lab. So collected the samples. I look like a wet dog. Go to my car, put everything in the car, driving, pouring rain. Okay, on I think it was the 60 freeway. And
Okay.
I was like, oh my God, it's pouring rain. I can barely see. Let me tell you, the windshield wipers are going. It like has this huge bang, goes off. Then I can't see and it's pouring
Wait,
rain.
Aileen, so you're
So,
telling me right now, let me just pause really fast for dramatic effect. Are you telling me right now that your windshield wiper flew off of your car? Is that what you're telling me?
yes, and the wrong one, okay?
Wait, and you were on the freeway?
Yes.
Did it hit someone else's car?
I don't know. I just
Not you
kept
being a
going.
hazard. Oh my God. Wait, and was it just one or was it both of them? I'm trying to set the scene.
One, but it was the wrong one. It was the one on the front of the driver and not even the passenger one. So now I can't see anything. I'm driving and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get behind the semi truck because he's so big and I can see like his lights.
Okay.
And so I get behind a semi truck in the freaking slow lane, which I never do. And I'm like praying to God. I was like, just get me off the freeway safely. It's fine. So, but I had to keep the windshield wipers going because I couldn't see. But
Yeah.
at least like the passenger one would come over, so it'd clear off, so like the middle of the windshield. So I was like leaning over the center console, driving, looking out to where I can see. And I was like, that's a fail moment. I really should have listened to my dad, gone back to AutoZone and had them put them on. And then I scratched my windshield on top of it.
Stop.
Yes. And I was
Ooh.
like, oh.
You know
But yes,
what?
that's okay. I learned a lesson. listen to my father, and stop pretending that if you watch a YouTube video, you're an expert.
Wait,
That's the moral of the story.
Aileen, did you ever watch the show Insecure? Have you ever seen that show?
No.
Okay, there's like this scene where I think it's like the last season where the guy is like, I'm gonna fix like the sink for the girl that he's dating, right? And like, first of all, the girl is like, oh, like I'll get someone else to do it. Like I'll like call someone. He's like, I'll fix it. Like I got it. He pulls up like the YouTube thing or whatever, tries to fix it, and then they're in the middle of this party. They go to turn on the faucet. The faucet, like the water, like just like shoots out. And that, I don't know why, it just like your story reminded me of like him like watching the YouTube video, like, I got it. Like, don't even worry about it. Like, I got this one. You know what? You know what? I bet
Mm,
you the next time you got it for
mm.
sure. 100%. I really do.
Yeah, because I will not be doing it myself.
No. Oh, well, yeah. Honestly, I mean, to be fair, at least you tried. And that's the point of at least you tried. So there's
Yeah,
that.
at least I tried.
Good for
I
you.
tried.
Good for
So now,
you.
what's yours?
Mine is not nearly as chaotic as yours. Mine is just like, girl, mine's also work related, so I feel like it's not like that fun. But um I'm just gonna make it super quick and cute or whatever. But I did take on a little project or whatever, and thought I was killing, like whipping and dipping it, right? Like I was like, I got it, I got it, I got it. And then all of a sudden I was like, whoa. And completely it went left, and we it was a fail. It was a fail on my end, and that's okay. I tried to lead that one, and it didn't go as well as I thought it would. So that was my fail moment. I tried and I failed, and you know what? That's someone else's project now, and that's okay. That's okay.
There you go.
There we
It
go.
happens. It happens.
There we go. So that's my fail moment. That's all. Are
Good
we?
job.
Thank you. You know what? At least I tried. Like I
Exactly.
knew, I bit off a little bit too much that I can chew, and I was like, I had a little bit too much dip on my chip, but I was like, you know what? That's okay. I like salsa, and things didn't work out, and that's okay. That is okay. No one was like, Jade, that was stupid. Like everyone was very supportive, and I was like, wow, thank y'all for supporting me in all my endeavors, and we just kept it pushing. So that was my moment, and that's okay.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Are we ready to move on now to our, I guess, main segment? Yes? Okay.
Yes, yes.
I shall introduce the concept, the newest concept. The concept is your mental health in an environment. I don't feel like I introduced that as well as I thought I was going to.
Your
Um,
space.
yeah, mental health in different spaces and the concept of that. So we're gonna be discussing it. I think it's gonna be a very interesting conversation because I'm back home visiting my parents for the week, and so like I'm in a different space versus like what I'm used to, and I can always tell the difference in my mental health when I come back home. Y'all can't see me, but this pink room is aggressive. I'm in my childhood bedroom. Let me just set the scene for you. It is, I don't know what color this is. What is this? Like fuchsia pink or something? What is this? I don't
It's
know.
like fuchsia pink with lime green stripes and black and white. Who painted your room?
I painted my room when I was like 15 years old and like just had the mental health of a stallion, I guess, because what is it? This is so chaotic. It's lime green, light pink, dark pink, and black. And then the rest of the room, make no mistake, is bubblegum pink. So it's like there's no peace in here. And then to add it all in, hold on, because I'm not done yet, because that's too nice of a scene to set. There's zebra print everywhere. There's pink zebra print, black zebra print. Like there's, and then I don't even know what like print this is, where it's like black and white, and I don't know. And then there's lime green accents. And I promise you, I begged my mother to let me repaint this room like a year into the pandemic. I was like, please, because my mental health. She's like, I think it's cute. I was like, you like watching me struggle. So every time I come back into this pink room, I'm like, I'm fighting for my life. Every time I'm holding on for dear life. But yeah, how do you feel like spaces affect your mental health, Aileen?
I think a lot of them do. I think it could be your home space, your workspace, the people that surround you definitely affect it. Like for me, I I noticed it when I moved. So when I first moved, I was nervous because I was moving out of like my parents' house with all the noise, the people. Went up north and it was so quiet. Like when I first moved out, like I would turn on the TV because I was like, it's too quiet in here. I wouldn't be watching, I'd be like doing other things, but I needed the background noise. Then I loved it. I was like, this is so great. Like it's just me. I could do whatever I want. It's super clean. It could be dirty, whatever. But it was my choice, right? And then after I moved back, now it's like all these people all the time in my space. Like, and you could be doing something and they just come and like barge in and like, hey. And I'm like, hi. And like today, literally on a meeting, my mother is downstairs and she calls me on the phone. I'm like, did you not realize my door was closed when you were up here 5 minutes ago? Because I heard you walking around. The door's closed signifies I'm in a meeting. Do not bother me. And then she calls me and she's like, hey, I need your help. And so I like mute myself. I'm like, Mom, what do you need? Like, I think the house is on fire. So she's telling me to get out. She's like, hey, I need your help with this and this. And I was like, Mom, I'm in a meeting. Like, I can talk to you later about this stuff. And so it's like the differences like that. And it's just like, it could be irritating or when you're trying to just have like your me time and do whatever you want, like you always got people coming in.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, I just want to sit on the couch and be happy and watch like Netflix or something, and I can't
in peace.
because then there's people. Yeah.
Yeah, I
How are you feeling
n-
back at home?
oh, well, I feel like you touched on so many different, like, every time, like, you said something, I was like, okay, Jade, don't forget to come back to that. So you're 100% right. Like, I feel like there's different spaces, right? So, like, there's physical spaces, there's, like, who you surround yourself with, cultural spaces, like economic environments and stuff like that, natural environments. So like there's different environments that we can be in. I guess for today we're going to focus on physical environments and then I mean we have an entire like series planned for environment. So I guess today we'll just focus on the physical environment and our mental health. But I think you like describe like your first apartment, like moving out from like your parents' space into your first apartment, which I think is so relatable, especially like the age group that people like are listening to us. They're pretty much all the same age as us. So like I feel like a lot of people are in that same boat where like they're first like transitioning from like living with their parents to like perhaps moving out either by themselves or with a roommate. And it's so different. Like it's like like I mean it's liberating. I mean, I don't know about you, but like I really like I'm not gonna say I wilded out, but like the first time I moved out, so backstory, I moved out twice. I've moved back in with my parents during the pandemic, but the first time I moved out was for grad school, and so I moved out. And at that point, I was living with my partner of the time, and that was different because it's like I didn't move out to like live by myself. I moved out to live with someone else. And so I feel like your first experience was different than my first experience because your first experience is
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm doing this by myself. Like, I can do whatever I want. And mine was a little bit different because it's like, yes, I can do whatever I want. And I did do whatever I want, but it was like someone was still there watching me. Like, it wasn't like, oh, Jade, you can just like, I mean, technically I could, but I mean, I feel like this man would have looked at me like, are you okay? Like, if I'm just like, I've decided to not do the dishes for the next 2.5 weeks. He's gonna be like, are you good? Like, you good, player? So like I feel like there's a difference between like living with someone and living by yourself. Now that I live by myself, I am living my best life. You can't tell me anything. I really be living my life like Winnie the Pooh. Like imagine me in my little crop top eating honey out the jar. You know what I'm saying? No pants. Like just crop top, okay? I'm in my best life. It's
I'm laughing because I could
no, it's
picture
funny because
just
I'm literally wearing the same color crop top as Winnie the Pooh right now. And so like I'm not joking. Like the way that I live my life is great. I love living by myself. And I feel like it's really been good for my mental health as well because I can control so many more things about where I live versus like when I live with my parents in this pink bedroom, I can't control what color the walls are. You know what I'm saying? There's less control. I feel like one thing for me, this is very niche, but it's like cooking is so nice to cook by myself. Sometimes, like, I don't know, when I'm around people and I'm trying to like make a meal, it just like frustrates me. Cooking by myself, like cooking dinner, got the music and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, doing my little hips don't lie in the, in the kitchen in my crop top. Like it's a great time for me. And so it's good for my mental health. And then like coming back, I love don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful and I appreciate my parents and I'm realize that I'm very privileged to have parents that will let me move back at any time. But this room be driving me insane. Like it just really I think it's the colors. It has to be the colors. It just doesn't make sense to me. Every time I come here, like my nervous system, like just like I I just feel a little off, just a little bit. I don't know.
I like the colors. It's a little much, the wall I'm seeing now, okay? But I could see if I had that room at 15, I would have loved
Oh,
it.
100%. At 15, I was that girl. What are we doing? No, what got me actually, so like I moved back in here pandemic, right? I had like an entire, do you remember 17 magazine? Do you remember that? Like 17
Hmm.
magazine and like Cosmo Girl, like I was in it. All right. So I like collected the magazines and I have an entire magazine wall like right here. And that was so bad for my mental health. I don't know why. Like it was I was just realizing I was just like there it's just a bunch of girls just staring at me and also none of them look like me and so it's just like why do I have all these people just sitting on my wall drove me insane and I didn't realize I literally now it's just like a big empty wall with a magazine rack there's no magazines on it and I don't know it was just like little things yeah yes when I was 15, 16, people would come over they'd be like oh my god I'm like I know. This was like the Regina George like era for me. Like I was like, you see it. You like my room? Thanks. I made my parents switch. Like, thanks. I know. My room's the shit. Now I'm just like, oh my god, this pink room. People want to come over. I'm like, do you just want to sit in the living room? How often now that you live with your parents, do you sit in the living room versus you sitting in your bedroom? I just want to know.
100% of the
You
time.
sit in your room the entire time?
No, no,
Okay.
no. In the living room.
Okay.
Never in my room.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just a more common space, but most of the time it's like I don't invite people here
Mm-hmm.
because it's too much with everyone.
Got it.
So if like I want to go see somebody, it's either we're going out somewhere, we're going for a hike, we're going to brunch, whatever. It won't necessarily be that they're coming here unless it's like I have the day off, they have the day off, and everyone else in my house is working or something. So the house is empty except for me and the dog. I'd be like, hey, you want to come over and we could have brunch or something here or do whatever, then I will. Unless they're like my cousin, like I love my cousin. She's like my sister before I had a sister. She comes over and it's fine because it's like she knows my whole family. They're chaotic, but she's like, whatever, that's just my aunt. Like it is what it
Mm-hmm.
is. And then it's fine. But like for friends and stuff, no. And if they do come over, we're like downstairs. But then like my dad is so cute. He'd just be like, "Hi girls" or "Hi
Oh,
guys," and then like he just goes upstairs and leaves us alone.
cute. Okay. But
Yes.
when you don't have friends over, are you still in the living room or are you in your bedroom?
Oh, um, it, I would say Majority of the time I'm doing something downstairs, but I'm not just like sitting in the living room. If I want to relax and like watch something or do something, then I'm in my room.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And from the looks of Aileen's room, it's very it looks very serene in there.
I painted this
Did you?
room. It's like this light gray
Yeah,
color.
it's very like calm, like and
And
neutral.
well, not all
Okay.
of it, okay? Like I have this yellow
Ooh,
bench,
okay.
which I cannot get rid of because my dog loves
It's
it and
cute.
he's just like obsessed. But my room used to have like yellow tones to it. So like the comforter was gray and it had like pops of yellow and then I had the pop of yellow bench. And I love yellow. It's my favorite color. But do I need it in my room? No. And so when I moved, I had the blue. It
The
was
way
like
that I was just gonna like, I was like, and then let's transition to the way that you did it. Listen, I just want to say on record, okay? Aileen's apartment was my favorite apartment to be. I don't know, like it was so cozy. Like I would really like on Friday nights, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm going over to Aileen's house. I'm gonna have me a good old time." It was just so comfortable and just like it was just like a hug in there. You did your thing with that. You did. I was just like, "Oh, this is
thank
so
you.
nice." Ugh. Every time I came over there, I was just like, I just feel so loved over here. Like it was so great. It was. I loved your apartment. It was great. Yeah,
I love that you got that vibe because that's totally the vibe I was trying to
that was
go
it. You
for.
succeeded.
But it was like, yeah, it was just like I had the blues in there, and then I had some like some cream colors and gray, and now it's just like coming back here with the room doesn't match, and it is what it is. But look at this is my favorite sign. Can you see that?
Hooray, it's today.
Okay,
How cute. You know what? I'm gonna find a way to put
so
that in our next episode or something. Hooray! It's today.
it's
Is that how
today.
you wake up? Wait, do you wake up and is that the first thing that you see?
It's not because I wake up and I look up like towards the window.
Cute.
And then, but when I'm getting ready, I see it because I'll put like my makeup bag and stuff over there.
Okay.
And so then I see it and I'm like, oh, it's just a nice little reminder. So that's the good thing about this space is that it has that. And I'm like, oh, remember,
I
be
love that.
grateful, be happy
Do
it's
you put
today.
reminders anywhere else, like in your space, like to remind you, like, don't cry? It's, I don't know. I was trying to think of something like upbeat, and that was like the saddest thing that just came out. I don't know. Don't cry. Like, don't say bye. I don't know. I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know. But do you do that anywhere else? Okay.
no, no, no. Just, the funny thing is, before like any of this, like I got into like learning about the different things. My brother actually bought me that like years ago. And because he was living in Spain and he came back and it was like my birthday or something. And it was weird because he's like, here, this is what I got you. And I was like, what the heck is this? And then I just thought it was funny. And so I put it up on the wall. And now it's funny because it actually serves a
It
purpose.
does.
I'm like, oh
Every day.
yeah. So super
Hooray.
random. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hooray.
It's
It's
today. I feel like
today.
I need to like get out of bed saying that. Like whenever I like, I love that, Aileen. Actually, that's actually really fire. It's so
You can
catchy.
thank my
It
brother
is
for
so
that.
catchy. Hooray! It's today. Okay, next question. Do you have any plants?
Do I have
Mm-hmm.
plants? I did in my
Okay.
apartment. I replanted one here and make, I water him.
Oh,
Like, I just made my mom adopt the plant. So she used to have like flowers like on her little coffee table. And I was like, I brought this plant. We're keeping it. And so I just got like a cute little pot and planted him in there.
oh.
And then, so we have plants like downstairs, but in my room now. And then my other plant I gave to my brother. I was like, here, take it to your apartment. 'Cause it just didn't fit in their house because there you had like a cute little like fern tree and like actually the one I have My friend, well, you know her, Addie. Addie
Yeah.
gave it to me for my birthday. And she's like the true plant lady. Like she knows all about it. I was like, I don't know. So I have that. That's when I replanted, and I remember her saying like, just replant it in a bigger pot, and they get bigger and bigger. I'm like, okay, cool. So I did, and it did grow, and I was like,
You know how to
okay,
repot a
look
plant?
at
Is
you.
it hard? You just
No,
like
it's
have to get
easy.
dirt.
Yeah, and you just put it in there and you fill it up. But the key is you need to know the frequency of watering them. That's the hard part. Like the one she gave me, she's like literally water it once a
Yeah.
month. And so I was like, okay, and he's still alive. He's
No. Yeah,
thriving.
I think that was my problem. Listen, I've killed a couple plants in my day. The reason why I asked about plants is because they're supposed to be really good for your mental health and stuff like that to help reduce stress and anxiety. So, um,
But the funny thing is, like if you water your plants and you like talk to them and like have a positive environment, they
Aileen,
do better
I'm about to
versus,
listen. I'm about to blow your mind right now. Are you ready? I
okay,
have a
I'm
couple of
ready. Tell
plants.
me.
First of all, I'm an earth sign. And so I needed to connect with her. And the way that I was killing these plants, I was like, it's not giving earth sign. And I was like, what is going on? I feel like the energy was off in this room. The way that like the I've killed I've I feel like we've all killed, what is that one plant? I don't know. I feel like I don't even remember the name of the plant, but it's like like kind of like a tall like tree type of situation with like big leaves. You know what I'm talking about? All right, I feel like we've
Mm-hmm.
all killed that same
Mm-hmm.
plant for some reason because every time I tell people like I've killed that plant, they're like, "I've killed two." And I'm like, "Great. I'm glad we're all like aligned." But um I've killed a couple plants, but now in my new apartment, I think I have six plants. They all have names. I talk to them every morning. I like open up the shades. I'm like, good morning, my little planty babies. And like, literally, but when it's time to water them, okay, first of all, I was overwatering them. You have to forget to water them, and then that's how they live, I guess. But I like to obviously I need a actual pet in my life, I guess. But obviously I talk to my plants all the time. But when it's time to water them, I put them in the shower because I feel like they miss the outside rain. And I call it dinner and a show. And so I turn the
Okay.
shower on, but then I learn like choreography to like a dance, to like a song, and I'll like perform for them while they're being watered. So like I'm dancing for them, they're
Mm.
eating dinner and a show. You get it? You know what I'm
I
saying?
love it. I
And
love
I
it.
really just feel like they eat it up because they have not died yet. Like, and I'm just like, all I do is water them. I haven't repotted them or anything. And I feel like I'm supposed to do that. But I feel like they're just like living off of vibes, you know? Like, they're just like, yeah, we like her.
Mm-hmm.
We'll stay. Why not? She's trying. We definitely see her trying. And I honestly, sometimes I'm like, I think they're like, I think we can't leave her. Is she going to be okay if we do? Like, should we talking to the plant? I don't know. But yeah, I think those are my homies for life.
You make a you make a good
I think
staple
so. I
then.
think so. And
Okay.
like I make sure that they have a buddy, like everyone has a buddy, and like some of the longer leaves I like make them touch. Like I'm like, "Here, you guys hold hands." Because I know, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, it's like a whole thing, and I don't know that any of this is working, but it's great for my mental health, like for sure. It's a whole time. Once a month, I get to like learn a new choreography. I post it on TikTok. So actually, if you see me dancing to my plants in the shower, mind your business or like it, that's fine. But I really feel like having plants in my space has been really good for my mental health. Just being able to talk to them is good, but it's also nice to like see something alive, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it. And the other thing that's I need to have windows.
Yeah.
I need sunshine or
Good
sunlight or
point.
something.
Yeah. Do you know which
Hmm.
direction your window faces? Do you know how
Um,
to use a compass? Because I don't.
what direction does the sun come up
The
at?
sun rises in the north and sets in the east. Wait, bro,
Okay,
wait, hold
so
on.
my window faces the east.
I might have just messed that up. That's not true, is it?
We
No.
should know
Why
this.
should
We're
I? Hold
adults.
on. I'm not out there forging. I'm not. Hold on. Hold on. Where does the sun rise and set? This is why Google's here. No, it gave me what time. What direction does the sun rise? I think it rises in the east and sets in the west. There we go. There we go. I was off. I was off. I was
Okay.
off. It's fine.
So mine window faces the
Okay.
west or the east. What is it? Where does the sun set
Um,
again?
it sets in the west.
Okay, so the west. It
Okay.
faces
So
the
you get a
west.
nice view of the sun setting then. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
But I feel like I just love like open windows and like I don't like apartments that don't have that or
Yeah.
places that don't. Like I'm just like I need the sun or some light
Yeah.
or something.
Connection to the
So,
outside, I feel like. What is it? Biophilia? Bringing like the outside. Is that what it is? Where you bring the outside in a little bit? Or at least like plants and stuff inside. Um, yeah. But
yeah, yeah. I love having plants. I feel like it makes your space like I don't know, more like
yeah, it's
welcoming kind of
alive.
and you're like,
It's
"Oh,
alive. Yeah. I
yeah.
feel like plants they just do something. Like it's like also like I know like a lot of people are like plants are like the new pets. Pets are the new children. So like it's true like taking
Mhm.
care of a plant I really feel like does something for me. Like it's really good. But my plants,
Mhm.
I don't they're survivors because I've faced north, like which is I googled it, kind of like the worst direction to be facing because I don't get any direct sunlight. And so I think south for like apartments is best for lighting and stuff like that. I face north, which is I just never get any direct sunlight. And I don't know how all of these plants are living because I'm like, we're just all living in the shade and not having any like direct sunlight. Honestly, really isn't that crazy for me because I'm used to like sitting in the dark in my room. I don't know, like whatever. But my plants, I'm just like, y'all are really strong for this because I know when you pick a plant, do you like Google like do you need direct sunlight or do you need indirect? Do you Google that? Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
really yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'd be walking by Trader Joe's and I'm like, "Oh my God, a plant." And so I buy the plant and I then when I get home, I Google the plant and hopefully it works. So that's the way
Like you're
yeah,
the
like
chosen
you're
one.
here and I do a whole like this welcome to your new family. This is Little Leaf. This is like Samantha Jones. These are the names of my plants. Samantha Jones, we have Big Red, we have
Okay, why Samantha Jones?
cause it's sassy. I don't know, it's just a sassy, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, you just a sassy little plant. We have Big Red cause the leaves are red. We have Little Leaf, which is ironic because it's actually a big like leaf plant. I don't know. But like the first time like a leaf came out, I was like, look at you, you have a little leaf. So I just call it Little Leaf. And then what else do we have? We have hold on, I have to do the voice for it. Hold on. We have the money tree, and I call it Young Moolah Baby. And so that's no, because every time I say it, that's how I have to say it. Um, and I just thought it was so funny, bro.
I feel like I need a money tree and I need to
Bro,
name
because
it something with like a
I
voice.
thought I was Lil Wayne when I was naming it. I don't know, like I don't know, I don't know where that came from, but the money tree is doing fine.
Yeah, if you address it like that, I'm sure he's like, yeah, I'm thriving.
And then we have oh my God. And then we have Miss Aloe, which is an aloe vera plant. She's kind of sassy and her like leaves are long. And I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah. So those are all my plant names. And then every time I get a new plant, I like go around and I'm like, this is your new family member. Everyone say hi. And they're like, "Hi." They don't say it, but I know they do. I don't
Hi.
know. So that's the vibe in the
Okay.
apartment, and I feel like that's, very important. But I will say, like, the colors that you should, sorry, this is, bringing it full circle since you were talking about your previous apartment. Like the blue and everything was so calming, and I really do feel like the colors that you choose in your space really affect it. But like, are you more like, do you
Hmm.
appreciate more of like a neutral color scheme? Or like, I feel like there's a moment for each one, right? Like there's a time and place for a neutral one, and there's a time and place for like a bright one. But I think it also kind of depends on like your personality and stuff like that too. Like some people, like if I know like people are like maximalist versus minimalist and stuff like that. If you're not a maximalist and you're in a maximalist space, that can be overwhelming. And like
Hmm.
same with the other way around. Like if you're a maximalist and you're in a minimalist space, you're probably upset.
Yeah, yeah. I think, I don't know. I feel like I'm in between. I'm not a minimalist, but I'm not the total opposite of that. But I think for me, I stick more with like neutral tones and then I'll add like a
Cute.
pop of color. Just because I feel like you can change it up with different colors in that way. But then I've seen places where I'm like, I remember I had an old coworker and she invited us over to her house. And like it was just so colorful, but it was so pretty. And I was like, oh, I love this in here. But I don't see
That
myself
is
living
just
in a
what I was going
space
to
like
ask you. I was
that.
like, it's pretty, but it's like, could you be there all the time?
No, but I like, would I go to a cool hotel that was
Yeah.
decorated like that? Absolutely. She had like oranges and blues and like it and like colors that you wouldn't think would go together. And I don't know, just she made it work. It was awesome. And I was like, I like this in here. This is cool. So just things like that. But it just depends. I think we all have a space that we find cozy. And I think you can kind of like that was always my vibe. Like I always wanted someone to come into my place and be like, "Oh, it's cozy. I feel comfortable." And not like because you go into places where you're just like, this is a beautiful home, but I don't even
Yeah.
want to sit on your
Mm-hmm.
couch. Like I'm scared, right? And like you don't get that cozy vibe. It's more of a cold vibe. And then other places like they're just like too cluttered, right? Or whatever. And I would say my grandma, she was my fake grandma, but
Okay.
I call her my grandma. I don't know what was with her apartment, okay? And I would always joke with her. I was like, "Do you like put out sleeping gas or something?" It, without a doubt, every time I went over there, I was asleep on her couch every single time. And she's like, "You guys are all gonna go to sleep. I put out the
Oh,
pillows for you." Like, and but it was just like so cozy. But I think 'cause it was like clean, and it was just like a grandma's house, but it was like extremely clean. And that's where I was like, it's just so cozy in here. And it was always nice and warm. And I was like, oh, this is perfect.
cute.
I'm gonna take a
I
nap.
love that. Oh.
Yeah.
So my apartment,
So,
I've somehow created an energy that people are like, I don't know, I don't want to mess anything up in here. And I don't know. I haven't had many guests in my apartment, but like I feel like that's typically like the energy. And I'm like, how did this happen? And I really do think it's because I didn't build it for other people. I like built it for me. And so like I think my version of like calm can come off as like a bit sterile, which is like it's kind of like difficult to like I don't know. It depends on every person, but like yeah, no. Definitely I've gotten that. I'm like, do people not feel cozy in here? I don't think people feel but I feel cozy in there, but it's like I literally yeah, I have to like
all that
move things
matters.
around sometimes cuz it's like my couch literally is built for a 5'2" person. I measured myself and I measured the couch and it literally only fits a 5. It specifically,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
that's the
Oh,
number.
okay. I thought you
What
wanted
number
like the
is it?
unit number. I was like, Aileen, you trying to get me got, bro.
No, 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 no. No.
Um,
Because different numbers of different
exactly.
spaces mean
I'm
different things.
7. Altogether, it's 7.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
my old apartment, when you did numerology, and so you take your address and you add in like your apartment number, all that stuff, came out to an apartment
Okay.
number
What
5.
did that mean?
And 5 means a fun space, like a party fun space for yourself. And I was like, oh, okay. So, super important when you
Yes.
go to live somewhere, you buy a house, whatever you do, make sure you do the numerology for your house or where you're going to live because it's going to tell you what kind of space that's
Yes.
going to be
Yeah.
for you, or what
Energy is
type
going to
of
be in
like,
there. Yeah.
I guess,
What kind of
yes.
story is about to be created in this space? Did you find that number five fit your experience in your apartment? Okay.
I
Okay.
liked it. Yeah,
Seven
yeah.
is like very like introspection and introspective, and like you're like very reflective. It's supposed to be like a time for you to like go inward and stuff. And I find it to be true. Like, I feel like my, like, living in this space has been very reflective. And I've spent a lot of time, like, just kind of like, I'm not going to say talking to myself in my head because that's going to sound a little crazy, but, like figuring things, like working things out in my head. And I really do feel like yeah, seven fit me. It definitely rang true. And I definitely considered, like, do I want to spend one more year in this space at this, like, specific unit? Like, I literally was like, should I just, like, move, like, 2 units down and get, like, a fun number? Because am I tired of being in my head? I don't know. Whatever. I re-signed the lease for the same place. So one more year of reflection. That's what y'all get. So yeah, but I feel like numerology though, that was important. That kind of like came along with like the spaces and stuff. I really do. I really do. I feel like that's important.
I think we need an episode on that too.
Numerology?
It's a
I
good
think so.
one.
You know what? I feel like we're ready for like um not special guests, but like you know what I'm saying? Like an addition to like I want to like interview someone who like knows more about numerology. Like I want to learn from them, like the experts of
Hmm.
numerology or like the experts in like spaces and stuff like that. So I feel like it might be time. Like it might be.
Yes, yes.
I'm open to it. I'm definitely open to it, but whatever. We'll see if anyone would like to chat with us about any specific topics. I think we're ready. I mean, before I was like holding off on it because I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work for like the visuals, but the visuals are on pause. Until further notice, until me and Aileen feel great in our spaces, for our mental health. So, boo. Yeah, that's where we're at. We'll keep y'all updated. It's true. So I just wasn't working and it wasn't flowing. And if it's not flowing, I'm not gonna push it. So we'll circle back when it's the right time. I feel like that's the right thing to do.
I agree.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so any final words of wisdom? Oh, before we do that, I'm so sorry. I was cutting you off. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about in numerology and such, in spaces and mental health?
No, I think we can have numerology as like a other topic.
Agreed.
Yes. And then my final words of wisdom are to really pay attention to where you put yourself. And if you don't like a certain space, just don't go, right? And it could be like if you work in a toxic work environment, you consider that, right? How much is
Yeah,
it
just don't
affecting
go.
you?
Just quit. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. I'm
Find a
just
new
kidding.
job.
I'm just kidding.
Find,
Find a new job before you quit.
yes.
Okay? Do that.
But it's also like if a friend always invites you over, invites you to go to the space and you don't like it or you don't feel comfortable, go somewhere else. Find another place to go, you know?
Yeah.
That's it. Be in your happy
I
place.
Okay. Well, that about wraps things up for this episode. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We appreciate y'all. Don't forget to share our podcast. And we know that y'all are sharing our podcast. Thank you so much. We appreciate y'all. Share our podcast with anyone that you think will resonate with it. And we appreciate y'all. And we hope that you have a good day or a good night. And we hope that you are well. Bye.
Bye.